Okay. So this is the situation. So now that we know about the CC, we can see that it's not that dangerous. Going this way, I think, is considerably more dangerous. It's mostly this guy. These people can both help out with damage. He can actually dish out some decent damage. And then he's not really going to be able to damage us unless he chases us. But yeah. I don't know. I was kind of thinking, well, if we're going to do this and see what's happening, then why don't we just take the loop back over the top? You know what I mean? So now this is another kind of a situation that doesn't really work well for us. So we took the health, and instead of... Oh, okay. So we could have taken this way to go back. Where's that other one, though? Oh, yeah. So this one goes through here, and then it goes up through here. Okay. But then, like, going back this way is where it really starts to get tangled. Because they were just chasing us through here. So now they're even more bundled up on us. So I think this is, like, genuinely not a good option. Yeah. We basically died there, we can say, right? But if we find ourselves down there and we picked up the health back, yeah, we can go through here. You know, I mean, we can get stuck through here as well from like this guy or whatever is up here. But in general, we saw that everybody's down here. You know what I mean? So we do have access to this, even though that can be a big risk at other times, or wherever it goes. I don't know. Where does it go? It can be a risk at other times if they like cut us off through here, right? Oh no, this one sucks. Oh, okay, I have it totally wrong. So I guess the lesson is more that we don't want to come in here and then have to come back out here and face these guys after they were just chasing us. But I think the high ground was like free from the first push there. So we've done that push. This is nice. If you want to follow up on this, but yeah, he just barely got healed, and yeah, it happens. All right, and then we have a new player as well. We have a Cap, so that'll be cool. Decent try on this guy, but he just got blasted with some heals. And he thought that was a good time to use his ultimate. So he did miss a couple shots that I think we didn't have to miss there. We could have connected a little bit more. Kind of reasonable, though. So it wasn't him. Okay, so he didn't have his... I thought for a second that was him, but yeah, it's ours. So that works really well. So when we dove, he followed up with that, and then... I'm getting confused from the things. Okay, he followed up with that, and then we used the Gambit ultimate as well to win the fight. So now... So he used that one, and then I guess they used this one earlier, too. What the fuck? So now they don't even have an ultimate advantage, so... It's going pretty well. But yeah, they will get there. Like, they'll get their Starload ultimate. They'll get their Namor ultimate. They have their Iron Fist ultimate. And then they'll get their two... They basically do have an healing ultimate advantage for the next time. Because they have those two, and we have the Rocket ultimate. Which, you know, can be very good, but it can also be pretty weak since it can be destroyed. So yeah, again, we're kind of hanging out in front of the entire team for a little bit too long there. So let's see why we did that. Like, why did that happen? Okay, so we're looking at the whole team right here. So let's go back. Okay, this one we were fighting this guy, and the other team was like all dead, but now they're coming back, and their spawn is right there, right? So like they basically immediately walk out, and they're here. So we're kind of going for the kill on him. Ah, perfect timing. We just got it. And now we kind of immediately go forward. Because, I mean, if we are getting a lot better at the game, then we would actually kind of know that they're actually right there already. But it's understandable that we didn't know, so we're just like going this way to check. But now we're kind of still going forward. So I think that can be all changed in the sense that, like, when I'm fighting him, I'm kind of aware that they've already showed up. And so I don't just like immediately come out here and flex on them. Because they basically like all died or whatever. So they're all coming back. And their spawn is right there. So they just walk out and they're immediately full health, full abilities, everything, right? So it makes sense for us to kind of get that kill and then be like, okay, I'm not immediately pushing out, right? We have our ultimate coming up. So that was a good getaway. We just went this way to get away. Now we're sort of going in again. I think it would have made sense to play a bit more passive in this area. Because, yeah, it just feels kind of because we're so fast when we press forward, right? And then now we're going really in. I mean, we can threaten. Yeah, I guess that's cool because it's kind of like we're threatening an attack on the back line to distract this guy. Oh no, he's way over here. So we attracted Anakin. Okay. Okay, so we didn't really prevent the Iron Fist ultimate. We did prevent the entire team from following up, though. Like, literally. So this is actually, I think, a really effective push. So he went. Oh, and then we have this one, too. I haven't factored that in yet, personally. So he did that. And we, like, pushed here. Even though it wasn't like pushing on their healers, which would be like more effective, what it did though is it got everybody's attention. So he's like, "Whoa, I need to stay here." But when he could follow up on this. So I didn't yet realize that she had ultimated. So now that I know that, I do think it makes sense to try to help out rather than just leave her alone. And yeah. It's overall going pretty well. So I think that was a calculated risk. I think that definitely made sense. Yeah, and then we just get out basically. And then the only real threat against us there at the end was just this guy's thing. Squid. Alright, so we're sort of reacting to the different people. Worked out really well. So yeah, now he's going to use his. So I think this is a bit of an early one because what are we really going to do with it? They haven't even all spawned out yet. So they can basically just wait this out and stay in spawn. But we'll see how they end up winning, I guess. It's good, but it's a good thing to be able to do this, like to attack him. And then, oh, alright, so we got him. That was excellent. You know, to get him and then pull him over here. Like, it's kind of good looking, but I think it's actually not that good overall. Because, again, we're, like, really close to their spawn. So, potentially, they could collapse on us and just have a problem with us. It's kind of a good way to harass them, but, yeah. And the thing, and, like, this guy's, like, hyper mobile with 2 iframe dodges. So, it's like, we're not even really going to get this kill. So it's not like a terrible thing to do, but I don't know. Just commenting on it, I guess. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and shut him down with 9 seconds left. Feels like a good plan so far. Let's see how it goes out. Okay, that's what we missed. So yeah, I mean, I assume you know if you played Angela a lot. Yeah, if you get the whole team when they're fresh as well. Yeah, a lot of times it's not really going to kill anybody. You know, it's best used like how you used it before with the magic up here and then you down here. And then you can tag like 2 or 3 enemies and you have the advantage on them. They're distracted and stuff like that. But here, like, nobody's distracted. Everybody wants a piece. So it's like that, right? And then we definitely shouldn't go in because we're just going to die. So that kind of is what I was thinking there. It feels good to be able to stop them. But yeah, we should know from experience that we can't go in. You know, the little bit of extra health that overshield that we get from jumping in is not going to save us from an entire team all focused on us. You know what I mean? And we have no healer as well since they're pushed back. But we did tease out that ultimate. But yeah, it's not worth it. We don't want to die in the last seconds. It's fine. Like, but we can explore that idea of like pinning them there as a way to kind of mess them up. But then the other downside to that is that all of them together can destroy the spear pretty fast. So it's not going to pin them there that long. And plus, people have like cleanse moves now. And people can just get out of it and stuff like that. Or whatever, you know what I mean? So I think overall, we might have committed to just pinning them here for an extra like few, 4 seconds, whatever it would be. But I don't think we should have died for it. And then the other thing we missed was that they had already, I guess they probably just switched to Doctor Strange and then put the portal up or whatever. Well, let's go back. I'm like talking about it. We can just go back and see. All right. So yeah, they just switched. So this is our first time of being able to notice it. Okay, so yeah, we can't see him. And we can just hear him right when we do it, right? So it's kind of a serendipitous thing. But yeah, since he's doing that now, it's like, it's meaningless, right? But we should have been expecting the portal. If they don't portal, then they're already fucked. I mean, I guess they are technically close enough to challenge it. Yeah, I was thinking it was more like down there. But yeah, they should portal. Because that guarantees that they're on the point and stuff like that. So I'm basically looking, I'm trying to sniff out the portal. And I think I want to use my ultimate for like trying to mess them up as much as possible. Rather than hoping I can pin the entire team down. Even though the timer was getting very low, but yeah. So then, yeah. They have this ultimate. That's going to be tough to deal with. We used ours, but we should have the other one coming soon. So yeah. I would say that like wasn't really worth it, because basically we want to do like another team fight where we have like overwhelming advantage. That way we could just win. But now we're kind of at a disadvantage in terms of ultimates. So yeah. That's kind of what I would have been thinking with the ultimate stack up. You know, I wouldn't have wanted to use the rocket ultimate there. Because now it's like we got people just hanging on. But yeah. We really need to like regroup and then have this whole section where we are attacking the other team. So that's what I'm thinking, right? So we know that we don't have our team with us, and we know that the cart has to get all the way up to here. So basically, I don't need to do anything. I don't have any healers with me. I'm gonna die if I try to engage with the entire team. And it's not a good idea to engage with anyone, because then they can follow it up and kill me before my teammates come back. That's the other thing about overtime as well. It's like now everybody's gonna have really long respawns. I forget the exact timer. Maybe it's like 12 seconds or 14 seconds or something. Compared to before, which is like 7 seconds or 8 seconds. So now they have a Bucky, and they use the Bucky quite well. Let's watch it. Yeah, I mean, I think you're picking up on what I'm saying. It makes no sense for us to engage here. There's nothing we can gain from engaging here. We need to stop them later on, not try to stop an entire team with 2 people on the board. Nice. Yeah, that was like pretty cutting it pretty close there. With how he was able to just barely get you. But yeah, so I think another thing we can do is like check the scoreboard more and be aware that he's there, because that's another thing. Like, even if we do want to fuck around for a little bit, which we shouldn't, if we know that they have a Bucky, I mean, we know it's a terrible idea, because he can just dish out the big E moves that slow us down and drop us to the ground. Like, we're not surviving that shit. So we had to wait for our team anyway. And then it's also like, again, with the overtime timer, because we need to have the fight here, it's not like we can die and then, oh, we're going to come back just in time. Like, we won't, because it's overtime. You know, we have an extra long, whatever this is called. So now, like, you know what I mean? He's engaging by himself to try to stop the team from getting too far. But the main thing is we just need to have a legit team fight and be on the cart. But at this point, we have no chance, right? Because they have 1, 2 healing ultimates. We have absolutely nothing. So that's another thing we could have thought about as well, is like kind of get into a position to prepare for farming our ultimate, right? Or healing ultimate. That's like the only thing that matters, actually. Once we figure out that they have those and we have nothing. Like this guy, you know, he's not going to get his. He's at 3%, but this guy can get his within the allowable restraints of this game. He genuinely can get it. So us as a tank that's flying through the air, yeah, we can set ourselves up not to take damage over here and then come back and get healed by him, but to sort of be somewhere where people are damaging us and he's healing us over and over and over again. And then we have an actual chance. So that's like the things that can be on our mind. So I do think you're asking, like, what could I have done to win the game? This is a very, very clear sign.